Alright, welcome back, or welcome to Warframe Noob's Guide. Today we're going to be talking about mods and just going over the very basics, the very essence of mods, I guess. But like I say in all my videos, or all my Warframe Noob Guide videos, this is for like just complete Christmas noobs. So if you already have a basic, like, I don't know, concept of how mods work and just everything, you know, all the polarities and Rivens and Primed and Nightmare and event mods and shit like that, then you can just get out, because this isn't for you. However, if you are a noob to Warframe, you know, it's what this series targets, noobs. I still consider myself a noob, and I've fucking got like 1,000 hours into it, alright? But if you are a noob, then be going over the very basics, just covering everything that has to do with mods. So if you have a very like slight grasp of how mods work, this might help you. If you have no idea how mods work, then this will definitely help you. You will learn some stuff. But keep in mind, I don't know everything. I'm just going off of the knowledge that I have, that I've accumulated over my 1,000 hours of playing so far. And so the more I learn, the more you will know. But keep in mind, if I don't know something, Google is always your friend. So with that being said, let's jump into this. So there's 5 types of mods. I'm only going to be covering 4 of them. We're going to leave Rivens for an entirely different thing, because those are, oh boy, there's just a lot for those to cover in this video. So basically, we're going to just go off of what I call them. So you've got your bronze mods right here, you got your silver mods right here, and then got a dickload of mods, so it's going to take a while to get to gold. But here's gold right here. Let me scroll down. Got primed right here. Don't have too many primed. But then 2 Rivens right here. So we're going to leave Rivens for an entire different video, because those are just extremely late game, and if you're a noob, then you don't really need to know about them right now. But primed, gold, silver, and bronze. Let's go ahead and jump into the basics for those. Alright, so we're in the Warframe mod part where you put mods on your Warframes. I don't know why the name of it just slipped out of my head for a second, but we're basically going to cover the very basics of this first. So right here are your polarity spots down here. So this is what I call them. They have actual names for them if you have over them, but we're just going to go with this. This one, this slot right here is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. That's how I normally do it. So one thing you've probably noticed is each mod has a little different emblem in the top right corner and then a number next to the emblem. That's what polarity is. Polarity is the little emblem in the top right corner. So like I said, you got A, B, C, and D. Those are the little emblems that you can see. And then if we bring this right here, you can see that I have an A slot right here on my Warframe. So this mod originally takes up 14 capacity, right? I have 78 capacity in total up in the top left corner, but I only have 8 that I can use right now. But since I have an A polarity spot right here, and this is an A polarity mod, put this on here and it was at 14, now it's at 7, so it cuts it in half. So if I go over to C polarity right here, scroll down, put primed flow right here, and then if I go to actions, I go to polarization, I can actually add a polarity spot right here. Or I can take away a polarity spot by doing that, or I can change a current polarity spot from A to B. That actually requires a Forma in order to do that, so you can basically get Forma blueprints from your relics over here. Boom. They're basically in almost every single relic. Forma blueprint, Forma blueprint, Forma blueprint, and so on. So they're in almost every single relic, if not every relic. But you can come down to here, miscellaneous, in your Foundry tab, and boom, relic right there, Forma right there. It takes 24 hours to build, 10 platinum to rush. Sometimes I just get some extra platinum and I rush a dickload of them. Other times I just let them build over time. You can also actually come up to here if you don't have any Forma blueprints. There's actually a really good deal. You can get a Forma bundle for 35. So you're paying an extra 5 plat because it's on the market. And you get 3 of them. But normally, like I said, it's only 10 plat to rush them. So if you have the blueprint, you can literally rush them and save 5 plat. But if you don't have the blueprint, it's a pretty good deal for the Forma bundle for 35. But back to the Warframe, if we go back to the Actions tab, so we covered polarization. There's also this thing that you can get right here called Narokan Reactor. This basically doubles your mod capacity. So normally your mod capacity is at 30. So when you're at level 30, it'll be doubled to 60 when you put this on. This costs 20 plat. Sometimes you'll see them come up in the alerts as blueprints and then you can build them. But for the most part, you can only get these on the market and it costs 20 plat. Sometimes they have sales and it goes down to 10 plat, but for the most part, you're going to find the blueprints occasionally on alerts and occasionally in the invasions in your navigation. So since we've covered all the different types of polarity spots and basically how to increase your mod capacity, we'll go up to here, these two slots right here. I generally don't even use this slot. I really should start getting into it, but I just haven't. It just adds, it's just an extra basically mod slot, but as you can see, it's got this emblem right here, right? So we come down to here. These are the only mods that are going to work in this spot right here. You can put these mods down here too if you want, but if you're going to use one of these mods, I'd recommend just, you know, getting an Exilus adapter or just buying the spot for 20 plat. That's how much it costs. So it's up to you whether or not you want to use it. I generally don't use them because I don't come across the adapters that often, because it takes 2 forma to build the adapter and you need the blueprint in order to build it. So generally don't use these, but if you do want to use one of these mods, I recommend grabbing this spot for it, because generally you don't want to take up one of these actual mod spots for one of these mods, because these mods, you just look at them, they're good mods, but you know, it's not worth putting like 15 plus 15 energy max. It's not worth trading out primed flow for that. So it's just an extra mod basically that makes your Warframe ever slightly so powerful. Some of them, like I said, they're really good, but not worth trading one of these mods. And as you can see, they also come with one of the polarity spots, A, B, C, or D. For the most part, every time you run into a D polarity, it's gonna be a Exilus mod. That's what the spot is called, Exilus mod. So that's usually what I find for D polarity. I only have 3 of them, but sometimes some of the augment mods will be D polarity too. And augment mods are basically just Warframe specific mods. We can actually show those off really quick. If we come down to here to your syndicates, any syndicate basically you go to offerings, and we scroll down, you'll see these are the augment mods. There's just different mods for each Warframe that you can get. Some of them are really fucking good, and they're actually like required to have like a really decent Warframe, but others, they're not that great. So basically, as you can see, they just augment a certain ability. So right here, Titania, Lantern augment. So that Lantern augment basically augments the Lantern ability. Vampire Leech. So this is an energy vampire augment for Trinity's energy vampire skill. So I mean, I'm kind of over explaining it here. These are just basically augment mods for different abilities for each Warframe. Generally, each Warframe has about 3 to 4 augment mods. Some of them only have 3, some of them have 4. So not all the abilities come with augment mods. Like right here we got Trinity, and then Valkyr. So Trinity only has 3 augment mods, but she has 4 abilities. So like I said, some of them have 4, some of them have 3. Now these are tradable, so you can actually get them on the market if you don't want to dish out the 25,000 standing, or if you just don't have the standing to give right now. I'm not going to go over how the whole standing thing works with this, but yeah, that's where you can get augment mods. Alright, so the last set of mods is your aura mods, or at least the last one that I'm going to go over for the Warframes. So these ones, as you can see, we got it actually, like there's a green and then there's an arrow going up. So let's actually take off. Let's just take that off really quick. And then bring this, actually no, gotta take another one off. Alright, so right now we're at 18. But if we take this off, can't take it off again. God damn it, I'm dumb. Okay, now we can take it off. So, boom. Alright, so you see it went down to 60. So I have 10 out of 60 right now. Steel Charge, put this on, Aura mod. Now I have 78. So it increased it by 18. So the Aura mods increase your mod capacity. I can put all these back on. Right now, as far as I can tell, Steel Charge gives you the most. It's plus 18. It is an A polarity, and I do have another A polarity. Where is it? Yeah, right here. Deadeye. This one, I don't think I can put it on. Let me actually try it now. Yeah, there we go. This one only gives me 14, even though it has the same amount. But, like, this one starts out with a base of 9, fully upgraded. So we go here, it goes to 18. This one starts out with a base of 7, even though they have the same ranks. So I guess it's just because it's Steel Charge. I don't know. Obviously, there's other polarity versions, too. There's different ones that do different things. for the most part, this one gives you the most, but it depends, you know, whichever one you want to use. Not going to get into like which one's the best and all that type of things, but so that's Aura mods. You can find those basically in alerts, so you can buy them if you want, but for the most part you're going to find them in alerts. They'll occasionally pop up. I think you can get them in nightmare missions too. I could be wrong about that though, but like I said, for the most part you're going to get them in your alerts that pop up in your navigation. Alright, so moving on to different types of mods, we'll cover the one that I actually just mentioned was nightmare mods. So if we go to right here, Gaia, so we got Nightmare Gaia. So if I click Gaia, there's two missions, the regular Gaia mission, and then there's the nightmare mission. So it's timed mode and low gravity mode. So there's two challenge modes right there basically. So if I click this and I complete it, then I'm going to get a nightmare mod. It's not like you're not guaranteed a certain mod, you're just going to get a nightmare mod. It could be any one of the nightmare mods. Not going to go over what all the nightmare mods are because there's a dickload of them, but those are the nightmare missions. There's usually one on each planet per day. You also have event specific mods. Let me actually see if I can find it. Here it is. Alright, so Sacrifice is an event specific mod. I think it's the Ambulus Reborn. It's either Ambulus or Ambulus Reborn, I don't know. I believe it's the Ambulus event that you can get Sacrifice from. You can only get it from there, or you can get it from trades. That's how event mods work. So some event mods are worth a dickload of platinum because the events, they don't happen all the time. They're called events for a reason. So, and some of the mods are really useful too. Some of them are basically essential if you want a certain build. You just got to figure out which event the mod that you need is for, if it's an event mod, and then either wait for that event or dish out the platinum and get it if you don't feel like waiting. Moving on to the next one, you have drift mods. These ones are on Lua. Basically, each little mission that you do on Lua, there's going to be a challenge room, and you basically have to complete a challenge. I'm not going to get into all the different challenge types. You can look that up if you want. Usually every mission, there's at least one challenge room. Sometimes there's more. You complete the challenge, you go into the room, and then there's one drift mod waiting for you in there. And generally the drift mods are for your Eximus mod slot, so keep that in mind. So moving over to the Derelict, each little mission in the Derelict, you have to build the key. You have to build a Derelict key to even get into one of the missions here. So first, I guess I'll just show where you can get that. Just go to here, and then I believe equipment, keys and drones, and then boom, right here. Orokin Derelict, assassinate, capture, defense, exterminate, mobile defense, sabotage, and survival. So you buy these keys right here, and then every time you do one of the Derelict missions, inside of that mission there's going to be 1 volt. So it really depends on which volt it is. There's four different keys for the volts, but there's always going to be 1 volt in these missions right here. So like I said, there's 4 keys, 1 volt per mission. How to get the keys, we can actually go to the dojo. In the dojo, you have to research the keys, and then you have to buy the blueprint in the dojo from the key, and then go to your foundry and build the key. Like I said, there's 4 keys, so there's 4 different types of volts, but there's only 1 volt per mission, so you're going to need 4 players to go in and do the volt run, and each player has to have a different key equipped to their character in order to make sure that you actually can unlock the volt. Since there's only 1 volt, there's 4 different keys, and you never know what kind of volt it's going to be. And I believe it's actually the Orokin Lab that sells the keys. Do I have an Orokin Lab up here? That's the question. I think I do. Yep, there it is right there. Okay. Boom, right in here is the Orokin Lab. And then I believe it's the center console. No, left console? Yeah, here it is right here. Okay, so you got Bleeding Dragon Key, Decaying Dragon Key, the Extinguished Dragon Key, and Hobbled Dragon Key. So basically, each Dragon Key has a different, what is it, nerf or debuff, I guess, for your character. Bleeding Dragon, you get health is greatly reduced. Decaying, you get shields are greatly reduced. Extinguished, you get damage is greatly reduced. And Hobbled, speed is greatly reduced. So carrying these actually like give you a debuff basically. You need to have all 4 players carrying one, so you're gonna have to try to like mix and match, you know, who's gonna carry which one. Whichever Warframe has higher health takes the, you know, low health key or whatever. So you just figure out who's gonna take which one. You go into the Derelict missions, it only takes 1 key to enter the mission. So like I said, you need a key, a Derelict key, in order to open the mission on the map. You can buy the blueprint in the market. and then you need the vault key from your dojo to open the vault, and there's 1 vault per mission. So I hope I explained that one well. That one's kind of confusing because there's 4 keys, there's 1 vault per mission, and it takes 4 players, otherwise you might not get the right key, etc, etc. That one was kind of a little bit long, but hopefully I explained it well enough. And then moving on to primed mods, these are only available from the Void Traders, so Barrow, Katir, whatever you want to call him. He comes basically every other week, every other Friday. So the Void Trader pops up every other Friday. Like I said, he only pops up on the relays. So you got 1 relay at Pluto right here. You got 1 relay at Saturn right here. 1 relay at Venus. Or no, that relay is destroyed. It's Mercury. The Lorunda relay right there. And then I think, was there a new one here? Nope, Strata's destroyed. And then there's Maru's Bazaar, which used to be at Earth. It's at Mars now. He doesn't pop up here. At least I've never seen him pop up here. So, I don't know. He might, but in all the time that I've played, I've never seen him come here. So he only pops up at the relays, and he requires basically a dickload of credits and then ducats or ducats, whatever you want to call them. Basically, you can go to any of the relays and any of the prime parts that you get from opening your relics. So you got a relic right here, basically a 6-sided die. Each side has a reward. You know, it really depends on which side it's going to land on. The little blue bar right here shows you the odds. So these 3 sides right here, more likely going to land on these ones. You can radiant if you want, and even the odds for all of it. And then it's just a random, you know, it's up to RNG basically whether or not you're going to get something. But you turn in any of these prime parts right here and you get ducats. The higher the tier of item, the more ducats you get. So you got your bronze tier right here. I think these get you anywhere from like 15 to 25, and then you got your silver tier. I think these get you anywhere from 45 to 50 or 75, I don't know. And then I think gold, you're always gonna get 100. I could be wrong on that, but I think you're always gonna get 100 for gold. And primed mods, I think I've only seen them up for 375 ducats, so you're gonna have to get a dickload of ducats, and then it's like something like 375,000 credits or 250,000 credits, something like that. So you need a dickload of ducats and a dickload of credits. Another good thing is the Void Trader actually sells some of the event mods sometimes, so he can just have a random mods basically. So it honestly really depends on what he has. Like, he could be selling Sacrifice, he could be selling, you know, he's guaranteed to sell primed mods, but he could also be selling like Sweeping Serration or Buzzkill, you know, really anything, Maim, you name it. So it just depends on what he has that week, or every other week basically. Alright, so let's go ahead and just get into the last thing. So you have your Endo right here, right? Endo is basically used for upgrading your mods. Your mod has different levels. Some of them have 5, some of them have 3, some of them have 10, some of them, I think, have 15. No, max is out at 10. I'm dumb. So you go to Fusion right over here. You pick a mod, Coaction Drift. You go to Fusion, whatever you want to fucking call it, and you just increase it. And then it tells you how much it's going to cost, credits, and Endo. And then, boom, it increases the aura strength, aura effectiveness. We go over to one of the primed mods, show you how much this shit costs. So it's at rank 8 right now, right? Energy max plus 25%. We go to rank 9, plus 250, costs 10,000 Endo and 500,000 credits. Rank 10, 30,000 Endo, 1 million credits. For a 50% increase. So really depends on where you want to put it. Obviously having it maxed is better, but in some cases maxing out a mod isn't that great, so just really depends on what you want to do. But it is going to cost a dickload of Endo in the end to upgrade all your mods, so make sure you're farming Endo and getting your Ayatin treasures. Ayatin treasures get you Endo, so if we click right here, 3,450 Endo, you just go to Maru's Bazaar and you can trade your sculptures in for Endo, but make sure you put your Ayatin stars inside of your sculptures. I'll see if I have one really quick. Here we go, Orta. So 650, I put a red star in, goes up to 1100, and then blue star, 1600, another blue star, 21, and then another blue star at 2700. And then just go down to Maru's Bazaar, and you can give all your sculptures to her for endo, or you can sell them for plat if you want. It's up to you. I believe this one is the most endo that you can get, 3400. So yeah, just I'd keep an eye out for these ones or the Orta. I think those are the two best ones that you can get. You can also sell the stars if you want, but honestly you don't get that much for them. It's better to just keep them and use them on your sculptures when you get your sculptures. The other way to get endo is through duplicates. So you can actually sort by duplicates, and then you can go to the duplicates tab right here, and you just click that. You can click your scroll wheel on your mouse, that'll select all, or you can just do this and select all, and then you can dissolve it into endo. Not that much endo, but over time it's a pretty decent amount of endo. 660 endo for all those, but those were all bronze mods. And then one other thing that I completely forgot to mention, go down to your swords. You have your stance mods. So this is very similar to your aura mods, but it's for your swords and it's a stance. So basically just gives you different combos for your sword when you fully upgrade it, and it also adds more capacity to your sword like your aura mod would. Obviously most of the mods that you get are gonna just drop from killing enemies and stuff like that, but obviously some places and some enemies drop certain mods. I'm not gonna go over which ones, you know, where to get certain drops and everything like that, because there's just so many of them, but I'm pretty sure if you Google it, there's like a really detailed list of where everything drops. If you're trying to find a specific one, or if you're not sure if it's an event mod or something like that, just give it a quick Google. And honestly, the Warframe wiki is like the best tool for like figuring out exactly where the mods drop, where items drop, stuff like that. I'll leave a link to that down below, but I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anything. I know I didn't cover Rivens, because honestly that would take almost as long as this one took. I tried to cover everything, but I don't know. I feel like I missed something. I don't think I did though. Oh, I did actually. So you select 4 mods. Okay. I guess you can't select all of them, so you gotta select one at a time, and then you can transmute 4 of them into a different mod. So it's basically you're just playing with RNG. Maybe you'll get lucky. I don't think anyone really uses this, to be honest, because all I ever get are bronze mods. Even if I put 4 gold mods in there, all I ever get is bronze. So I don't think anyone really uses that, but it's there if you want to use it. I think that covers everything. I could be wrong. I hope I'm not, but that's basically all of the basics of mods. If I missed anything, I am sorry, okay? But like I said, I don't think I did. If I did, Google's your friend. Like I said, Warframe wiki. I'll leave a link to the description, or I'll leave a link in the description to that. Other than that, this is fucking way too long. Jesus. I will see you guys in whatever is next.